You are rolling. You are rolling.
That's it.
What's up? I like this. I was seeing how, as I'm watching, I'll be paying attention to a few people and stuff. And it's like, it's a nice little community out here with everybody trying to, put their, platforms together and stuff. And I'm intrigued. I'm open now. I'm like, wow, like a little nice family out here with people getting their shows and podcasts on and stuff.
That's it. That's it. They like to get your podcast on and whatnot. There are people out there who are haters who gonna try to charge you, gonna try to take it down, get you canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yeah. So that's the way the world is, especially with the whole, cancel culture stuff. That's something else. But welcome everybody to Humble City Real, the show where I talk about things that I like, things I don't like, things I know, things I think I know, whatever that's happened to cross my mind. As always, if you're interested in the video or any more content, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and click notification and all that good stuff. So with everything said, here I am with someone who I would say, I think, just like threw me a line, I would say, threw me a line, what I'm saying? Like seeing that I was trying to do some things with my little platform and stuff, and threw me a line and had a few little, exchange of words and conversation. And it was like, wow, man, this is something that I did not expect. I felt like, it was going to be something that everybody looked down upon and didn't think that it would be something that would be like, hey, it's a whole bunch of us out here still trying to get our footing and reaching and we willing to, reach one, teach one, lift each other up. And that person was Miss Kyndra Crump. Folks, this is Kyndra Crump. How you doing, Miss Kyndra?
Hello. I'm, still being a pimp, not loving these hoes. How are you?
Oh man, well, I wish I could be a pimp, but these days it's a little bit done on for that though. But hey,
Oh, you know what? Polygamy. Have you thought prior to you getting married? Congratulations, by the way. I get one guess to guess how long you've been married. Okay, I get one guess.
Shoot.
I'm gonna shoot for 5 years.
Close. 4.
How many?
4. 4. See? It's close. Yeah.
How'd you quick backstory? How'd you guys meet?
Shoot. Years ago in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Moving around. I would say I was doing things that I probably shouldn't have been doing at that particular time, on the other side. Mm-hmm. And she just happened to be in there, and it was just one of the moments, and I was like, she looked mean as hell. Mm-hmm. And something about, women looking mean intrigues me at that time, at least, now you kind of start learning, like, it might be some real truth, meanness behind that mean face. But anyway, I was attracted.
That's it.
We started talking and whatnot, and then went on from there. Here we are today, 2021.
Now, did you have a public proposal or a private proposal?
Oh, it was private. That's
good. I like people like you.
It was more like and I don't want to say take away from all the love parts of it, but we knew what we was doing. It was kind of like, we spoke on it in a business type of conversation, not saying that it was for business, but this is for us. It ain't for everybody else to, be all happy with, oh, you remember when he did this and they did the little dance at the waterfall and Bruno Mars was playing and all that. Nah, I'm about to do all that. So, Yep. So
well, I like that. That's actually how I think on top of that, in case they end up saying no, you don't have to get embarrassed in front of everyone.
Right.
In case they want to, do extra sexual curricular activities after they say yes, they can't do that in front of everyone.
True indeed. So
with that being said, I think people like you. But here's my thing, though, right? When did that become okay to sit here? I categorize people doing these public proposals and let's get the entire family. I categorize that as the same as people posting their money online. Like, some things should just be between you and that person. Like, for example, where I work, I accept tips. And there have been a few days that I'm like, man, like, I want to post it to my close friends. I'm like, Kyndra, lame behavior. Don't do that. See that? I got multiple alter egos, right? You know. And I think I don't know what to call that money alter ego. That's like, oh, look at this. I don't know what to call that, but that money alter ego. My other alter ego, Dynasty, has to curse out the money alter ego, because like I'm like, oh, it's on my close friends. It's cool, right? But still, like, that's lame behavior. There's some things you just keep to yourself. Now let me ask you this: when it came to the wedding, courthouse, traditional, beach, what'd you do?
Oh shoot, we went down to the courthouse. We went to see the people, the legal people, straight down to the courthouse. What we did was we went down because we been together long before the whole marriage thing. So, and it was one of the moments we just said we was like, we're gonna do it. And our whole thing was, we're just gonna throw one of the biggest receptions ever. We actually got that idea from a guy in a bar. Bars are really good places for us, I guess. I don't know. I'm a bar baby. I grew up actually in a bar. So we got the idea.
How old were you the very first time you had your first drink?
I had like about 4, maybe something like that. Like
literally, I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
Literally, like no, like my family, owned some bars and stuff, and my mother at the time was, bartending as all the sisters bartend for them, and we stayed actually upstairs and shoot. It's old people to this day that remember me being 5 years old or 4 years old, like coming down the stairs, and they'll be sitting there talking, and I'll reach up and grab one of their drinks off the table, like they remember, and I'm like, I barely remember.
Do you remember what you just said? Reminds me of. Do you remember the movie The Addams Family Values?
Yeah.
So there was a scene like, and that came out before I was born, but I remember watching it as I got older. And there was a scene where I think the father gave the baby some malt liquor, and the baby was like 8 months old, and I'm looking like, bro, what the heck is going on, man? So it kind of reminds me what you just said.
Yeah. Same thing as in, I know you see Menace to Society, right? When in the beginning of Menace to Society, when he give Cain the beer in the beginning of the movie, when he's still a little kid, before it's like at the beginning of the movie, when he give him the beer, whatnot though. But yeah.
Now let me ask you this. I remember there was this guy who got expelled in high school for having like liquor, like, a kid, of course, kids, you can like, there's a way you can sneak it in without making it look like you got liquor, but he wasn't that smart kid. Now, were you ever that kid in school, in middle school, like, or elementary, but hey, you want to sip on this? Don't tell nobody. Did you ever do that? Like, take the liquor to school with you?
High school, yeah. Not like when I was elementary, we had moved off away from out of there. My mother started working elsewhere. We lived elsewhere. So I wasn't down there then during that time. But then around high school time frame, yeah, high school, it was somewhat of a business a little bit, because everybody couldn't get it. And if I was able to get it, I had access. So I was able to get it.
Did you ever get snitched on?
No, honestly, like when I ended up getting caught, I ended up getting caught like trying to probably be doing too much. We used to do these like parties at these hotels and stuff, like my parents and them. And so it'd be a whole bunch of people, and then there'll be kids there, teenagers, and the teenagers that go do teenage things. And so we say, I think I'm about like might be like 17, maybe 16, 17. And we about to turn up this year. When we about to turn up. So we moving like we true adults. I got the liquor in a damn cooler. Like it's cool, like with some beer and everything. Like I'm actually able to be walking around with this. And somehow or another, I can't remember, we was in our room, and my father came in our room, and him and my uncle came in, and they was looking for something or asking us something. And I think like my uncle was like, "Oh, y'all got a cooler," thinking there was some pop in there. Open the cooler, bam, we got all type of Wild Irish Rose and Lightning Creeks and Thunderbirds and all that stuff in there. And so my father, like, what the hell, we get mad. My boy Kenny, I ain't gonna never forget, he took it on the chin because he was a little bit older than us. And he was like, man, June, and they call my father June. He like, that's mine, man. They ain't got nothing to do with it. That's mine. And I'm like, this is a G right here, right? My little dude, a G. Like, he done took the whole little thing, because he was like 19 then, and we was like 17. So, he was like, no, it's mine. And in the story, my uncle took all of it. He drunk it himself. And so that's the only time I ever got caught. But like, as far as in school, never got caught with it in school and stuff like that.
Okay, well that's cool. That means kids respected you, because I know for a fact there were people who got expelled for like having liquor in their car and da da da. And I was like, wow, like y'all really like, and that taught me, in high school especially, like you can't trust nobody, man. Like people, you start doing stuff for folks, they be like, oh, well, she got it. Oh, she got it. Oh yeah, I heard about you. I was like, and then in my adulthood, young adulthood, now it's like, like, okay, I'll give you a prime example. So I am 420 friendly every blue moon. Okay, every now and again, depending on the situation, might be on vacation. I can do it. Hey, it's my birthday. Why not? But I can't be. I'm not an everyday. I can't do it. So even if it's provided for me for free, I still can't do it. I like to be, productive. Even after a long day of productivity, I'm like, I've been productive all day. I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. So I like that's how I am with certain things, right? So what happened was, I remember there was this coworker. And I learned, like, it took me a while to learn that your coworkers are not your friends. And even with certain coworkers, like, if it comes to smoking, I'm not smoking with y'all. I don't, no, I'm cool. I'll see y'all at work on Monday. Right. So what happened was, I had a coworker of mine who I had smoked with, and there, at this particular establishment, there was like a couple of different plugs. And so, of course, word already got around that, oh, this person's the plug, this part. And I'm like, bro, we live in the state. I live in Atlanta, right? And Georgia is not going to be legal until never. Okay, by the time I hit 80, it's legal now. Nobody cares at this point.
I'm dead already.
So with that being said, it's illegal out here, and the fact that people, and these new age drug dealers are dumb, man. Like, it used to be a time where if you was a drug dealer, the only people who knew you was a drug dealer was like 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 people who knew. Why does the whole block know that you out there selling? Come on now, let's just keep it all the way real. So anyway, because I was working at Walmart at this particular time, and so what happened was, this guy came up to me, who I found out was selling, and he's like, hey, Kyndra, let's walk. I didn't even know he knew what my name was. He's like, hey, Kyndra, let's walk. And I was like, okay, well, when we walk to the back, he's like, all right, look, I got this is my prices. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I know you smoke. I'm like, how do you know? Such and such told me. I'm like, bro, I mean, on top of that, I don't even remember the cat's name, right? I think his name was Nick. Nick, like, I never hung out with him in person. The only reason Nick knew at that time I smoked was because I had the weed socks, Right. And so he's like, he mentioned something about we could smoke with each other. And I'm like, okay, cool. But me and Nick never smoked with each other at all. It never, ever happened. Yeah. And so with that, but I'm just trying to understand, like, why did my name get brought up? And I'm like, bro, like, stuff like that, man. People just, so like I said, you were one of the rare ones who people were like, I'm not gonna put your business out there that you do that and stuff like that.
Yeah, it happened. I mean, I'm quite sure somebody probably, because I had people that would, approach or whatever, but it was like kind of like I don't know, I guess maybe different times. I don't know, different times. I'm probably like a little older, so it's probably different times or whatnot. But it definitely wouldn't go probably now, because everybody would be, like you said, saying that's the plug right there. He got it. Everybody and try to form a lineup in front of the dude or something like, hey, y'all know I ain't supposed to be doing this, right? Y'all know this is against the law, right? Y'all know we can get in trouble, right? So I don't know, maybe different times. But yeah, that was my venture into, I guess.
Well, what's one alcohol that you said never again to? Give me one alcohol you said never again to. No, I think I'm like I am the proverbial alcoholic. Like, people try to do all the little the guys is on it, like, oh, you only eat alcohol if you go to classes, and no, I drank. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, vodka I just don't like. It's not like it's it does this to me or it do that. It's just I don't like it anymore. That was, I think for everybody that pretty much started drinking, that was your starter drink, because it was, clear for one. And so, you can hide it in water bottles when you was not of age to drink it, and or you can mix it with any type of juice pretty much, and then it kind of knocks the taste off a little bit, so over time it was just, as my palate began to grow, I just ventured away from vodka. So it's like I don't do vodka, like, I'm not like to the point where I'm just that stubborn or that vain where somebody around me and they like, well, I'm about to have this drink,
and it's vodka, and they be like, you know, and I don't drink that. I don't do that. But 9 times
They
10,
have this new thing called Casamigos that I think, you know, when one black person likes it, the whole black people got to go and jump on it, even if they don't like it. What do you think about Casamigos?
I rock with Casamigos, but it's always every 2-3 years. It's always a new girl at the party. How about that? It's always
Gotcha.
a new one at the party. So it don't, you know, the Casamigos, it's got its wave, and it's cool. I mean, personally, like, you know, because you know how everybody just so anejo, anyho all day now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's not like that's new. That's been out, and technically, you know, not to sound old, but I've been drinking anejo for a long ass time. But it's like even when I stopped drinking tequila, even, you know, before and then after I stopped, and then here we are the last 5 years, probably last 4 years, everybody big on anejo and stuff like that. And so even with Casamigos, their Reposado tastes better than their anejo. Some anejos taste better than some Reposados. Some blancas or silvers taste better than anejo. So, you know, I just look at them and say, go ahead and ride your wave. I don't want to be the old man, get off my line. So I just be like, go ahead and have fun. You know, the Casamigos, and roll with it. But we sample though. I drink. I like my bar in my basement just filled up. I'm not gonna stay with one, just loving one drink.
Got you. I got you.
How
Well,
about
what
you?
about smoking? I'm not a drinker. I don't care for. I hate the fact that like once I'm drunk and I gotta pee every 5 minutes. I'm cool on it. So yeah, you know, I'm okay. I am okay. And then the liquor breath, I'm like, I'm cool.
Right.
Let me just, you know, let me just stick with the 420 every now and again. What it worked now. I know the biggest myth in the world is if you have dreads, you smoke weed. So what about growing up? Did you smoke weed, or did you try? You like it just wasn't for you?
Yeah, I went through my phases and stuff like that. You know, I had my moments where I was a heavy smoker, and then I had my moments where I just don't at all. And so it just kind of like it's up in the air. Like as of these days now, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm about to get back to it though, but I don't. You know, it's
Did
I
you ever
always had
smoke
this
with a
thing.
celebrity?
No. Never smoked with no celebrity. I done met a few celebrities, but then I don't, you know, I see them, give them a head nod and keep pushing. I only had one like real messed up moment with a celebrity. And that was alcohol was involved. We had a casino. We had a casino, right? And we had our family reunion. So, you know, all my family, and we do a party bus, you know, the younger ones of age, you know, we go down to the casino. And so I'm down there, go to the casino. So we down there, and it's what's my guy name? Craig Robinson. I don't know if you remember Craig Robinson from The Office, from
Okay,
Hot Tub Time
got
Machine,
you.
all that stuff, right? So he down there, and we playing 3-card poker. So mind you, like I've been drinking all day, like forget it, like all night. I've been drinking all day. And so I see him, I'm like, oh, sure, like, what's up, Craig Robinson? Okay, man, what's up? He's like, what's up, brother? You know, we like, cool. So we sitting there, we both playing. And so, as you know, the liquor is taking its effect on me. Of course, him and one of his guys, he on the other side of him. So for whatever reason, I could not stop saying to this dude, like, hey, man, you was a funny motherfucker, man. I swear to God, you was a funny motherfucker. And I had to say this to him probably like 10 times. You can see I'm frustrated. He getting flustered a little bit because he gambling, he losing now. And, you know, I'm just going. It's like, and it's kind of looking bad because like I'm doing pretty good. And my wife, we doing pretty good. But I keep like, and I don't know if he looked at me like I'm throwing him off, like I'm using some poker tactics. But I genuinely just could not stop saying, man, hey, I swear, bro, you was a funny motherfucker, man. I swear to God. Like you see in his face, he kind of getting like heated, and he like, all right, bro. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. All right, man. And they just got up and left, and I'm just like, and she was like, yeah. My wife looked at me at the time when we weren't married at the time. She was like, I don't know how much money he lost, but I don't know if he mad about losing the money or he mad about you keep telling him that he a funny motherfucker. So it's like,
well, if Craig is listening, Craig, he apologized. It was just the liquor.
Right. You know how I go. You know, I was, having a good time, man. I was happy to meet a celebrity. So that's my only real true celebrity encounter. Other than that, I didn't, seen him, said what's up, type joints, head nod. I don't,
Where you been to see these people? Because I don't. see the people I want to see.
Well, I mean, as far as I don't know how it's people I want to see, but I randomly, a lot of times it'd be like airports, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I run into people in the airport, something like that. Depending on like, you know, where you at, what particular places you at, you know, usually in the places like Atlanta, I would expect that you do kind of can vaguely walk past somebody and run into Florida. That's what I would think. But Florida, I know, like, you know, I go down to Florida a lot too. So it's like, you know, I see people, and I ain't just talking about this Miami, like Miami cool. Everybody, Miami cool. I done grew out of Miami. It's not what the music videos and the Instagram posters make it seem out to be. It's cool, but I'll be in, you know, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa. I just got back from Tampa, you know, so it's like, and just in Tampa, like, and I don't, what list you put them on as far as celebrities, like I ran to Charlie Clips at the Louis Vuitton store. Charlie Clips, he a battle rapper. Nick Cannon put him on, so he was on.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah. And it was like, you know, seeing him. I'm like, Clips. He looked up. I said, what's up? Gave him a salute back. Kept it pushing. And at the same day, then this one, the same day, I seen another guy who's he's a former football player, Anthony McFarland. They know him as Booger McFarland. It was like in the same day. So I see people when I travel, and I do a lot of traveling. So it's like I see people, and it's just, you know, I just give them the head nod. I normally always do it, but then it put me in a space where I know that's all I'm gonna do for the most part, unless something really opens up. As I seen this like one interview with this one artist, one of Gotti's artists, and he was like tripping on the dude, had like ran up on him like, oh man, what's up, ESTG? Oh, what's up? Hey, baby, take a picture of me and ESTG. And he was like, man, that stuff look weird, like a man telling his girl to take a picture of him, another guy. And it just, so I've never done that, but it just played through my head like, dang. People do fanboy out or fan out.
There are a lot of male groupies.
Yeah,
there are, and I didn't
crazy.
Realize how many there were until I hit the World Wide Web, when I would try to get my name out here, and people claim that they know these celebrities, and they sent me pictures of them. I had one dude sent me a picture of him taking a picture of Allen Iverson in one of Allen's cars. You know, that more than likely, it's not enough shade to Allen, because a lot of entertainers do this. They rent cars. More than likely, this was a rented car of his, okay? And stuff, but he took a picture of him and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, he's like, yeah, I know him, and I know this person from The Wire, and I smoked weed with Tupac back in the day. All this type of stuff, right? And I said, okay, well, can you introduce me? Maybe not, because you know, he doesn't want any like he's a private person. I'm like, bro, if he's so private, how do you know him? You don't know this man. And my thing is this, right? If I personally knew someone, this is just being real. If I personally knew someone who's really well known, famous, I'm not going to tell people that I just know them. I wouldn't do that, because I'd put that in the same category as going back to the first analogy about, you know, the whole money thing. If you make a lot of money, you're not going to want to like show that you're making a lot of money and stuff like that. True. Like some things you just keep to yourself. Like I saw this post the other day on the Shade Room where Tory and Chris Brown were in some type of VIP section, and Tory had the camera in Chris Brown's face like he was some type of fanboy, and Chris was like, hey, you know, but still, like I said, stuff like that, like I'm not gonna want to do that. Just like I said, just because you take a picture of someone doesn't mean that you know them. Like I met Young Thug, like, and when I say met, like literally we talked for a while, exchanged government names, and kept it moving. You know, we were talking for like 45 minutes and stuff like that. So I met him, but do I know him? He probably won't remember me to this day. And that was back in December 2017. He probably forgot who I was the day after that. You know, so like I said, and I haven't seen Thug since then. And I work at the airport, you know, and everything else. But with that being, if he comes to my kiosk, you know, I'll just talk to him like a regular person. If he's like, I remember you from, I was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, stuff like that. Right. You know, but still, with that being said, like it's three people that I would love to meet one day. I would love to meet T.I. Never seen T.I. at all. Would love to meet T.I. Would definitely love to meet I've halfway met Ludacris. That was back when he still had the braids. I would like to meet The Game, and I want to meet Allen Iverson, you know, and I hope I run into them. But I'm not going to sit here and jump out my car and do a U-turn to just go ahead and run after them. Like prior, I think it was this video prior to DMX's passing, where this woman did a U-turn and she's like, rough riders, and literally he posted a video on his page and it went circling and viral, and she jumped out. It's like, I need a goddamn picture, give me a picture, police again. She was just going off, and he's like, stuff like that to me. I like DMX. He's actually in my top 5 favorite rappers, excluding Pac, Hove, and Big. He's one of my favorites, but still, like, and he would always come to the Atlanta airport, but he was never on the same concourse as I was on. And I wish I could have, seen him, at least, hopefully would have been like, oh, there he is and stuff like that. But I'm not going to run up to him. Like, at the end of the day, this is what people need to realize, man. These people still cry, they bleed, they get sick. They're nobody special. On top of that, they didn't die on the cross. They didn't not die on the cross for our sins so we can have eternal and everlasting life. The only person you should get crazy after is Yeshua for the people who the Hebrews, or Jesus for the other folks and stuff like that. Not freaking like Megan Good and Devon Franklin she's tiny. Were in the airport. And I was like, oh wow, it's Megan Good. So I sent a text to my 2 of my family members, like, hey, Megan Good is like, I see her. And then my sister said, tackle her, and I'm like, go away. but Megan Good was walking, and then people were like running after her, and I'm like, guys, like, what the heck? And when they walked past me, they looked at me and like, Kyndra, act normal. And I did good. They didn't come shop at my kiosk. I'm like, man, damn y'all, man, come shop with me. But then I used to get excited thinking if a celebrity came to my kiosk, they would, leave me, drop money on me. But no, I've had 3 celebrities come to my kiosk. None of them left me tips. And I treated them all like they were normal. Little Scrappy came. He wanted all his pocket change. Fetty Wap left me 14 cents. And there was a preacher named Kim. She is off of Preachers of Atlanta, which had a 1 season. But she came to my kiosk. I acted like I didn't know who none of these people were. Made them laugh, complimented them. That's what I do anyway. Right. And they left me nothing. And like I said, you charge us again. Some of you, again, a lot of these celebrities don't have it like that. When you got to go on reality TV shows to either act a fool or just reality TV, period, you really don't have it like that.
There's
you are never ever. I'm telling you, you are never ever going to see. The only reality show that Ludacris was on, and he literally made a 15-minute cameo, was when it was College Hill Atlanta, and it was like 10. He was in there for like 5 minutes. Well, I'm pretty sure he was, the editing, but it showed him for 5 minutes. But Ludacris didn't say, I'm about to be a cast member or nothing like that. You are never ever going to see Ludacris on a reality show. You are never going to see Madonna on a reality show or anything else like that. Like Bill Gates, you ain't never going to see that man. Like like I said, people like that, I would get excited to see and everything else. Now, I will tell you this, Pastor Troy done passed by me a few times and he keep on saying, hey. I'm like, oh, hey, stuff over here so you can shop with me. So Pastor Troy, you listen to this episode, because I know you are a follower of here. You need to come and shop with me. That's all I'll say about that. Yeah.
Pastor Troy, that's my guy.
He's actually tall. He's really tall in real life.
Yeah, I had seen him perform before. Like, I was like, yeah, he a pretty big guy though.
He's tall. You know who the shortest rapper? And I was very surprised. The shortest rapper I've seen thus far, rapper singer, T-Pain. T-Pain is 5'0".
Wow, I would never thought that.
I'm not lying. I was bending down. I said, no, he is not that short.
I didn't think he was like big and then tall. I just thought he was like I thought he was like about 5'8", something like that or something. I mean, I knew he wasn't yeah, I knew he wasn't 6'8".
I'm 5'6", and the man is short. He is short.
Well, if he's shorter than you, that would put him as he would be short if he's below 5'6".
I was surprised. That means his wife is like 4'2".
Possibly, yeah, because I don't think, I think I've seen them stand side by side, and they, he is. Wow. Well, hey, man. Hey.
Have you ever? Because you look pretty tall. You look like you a good, like, what are you, 6 feet? You look pretty tall.
6 foot.
So, have you ever dated a woman who was taller than you?
No. Like the closest have been like height, like probably same height. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. Like which still push you in the area of, like once they throw heels on, they're taller than me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you know, they're 5'11", like my wife was 5'11". So if she put heels on, she's going to be taller than me. So then, you know, now these days though, I just have to make sure that I have like whatever dress, like if we dressing up, my boot has a man heel on it, you know what I'm saying? Not we ain't, you know, all due respects to Prince, he's one of the greatest ever, but it has to have a man heel, so that way it's not like she just, you know, dominate, looking down on me type stuff, you know. But other than that, I think when I was younger, I probably avoided that though. Like, you know, like, no, I'm not gonna mess with no girl that's taller than me, no matter how fine she is. And I was, you know, it's intimidation, you know.
Of course, it's an ego thing. Yeah. It's an ego thing.
But as I got older, it's like, you know, once I ended up like getting to my 30s, I'm like, it is what it is. You know, how they say we the same height when we lay down or some stuff like that.
Yes. And like for me, I was very, and still to this day, I prefer someone taller than me because I can throw on heels and, you know, we can, you know, because I'm a tomboy at heart. But when I clean up, honey, I clean up. So I want to throw some heels on and everything else and can step out with you. But it's like if they are 5'0", you know, 5'0", I feel like that's like a little, but again, it should not matter.
It's got to be a lot of love there.
Yeah, it should not matter because it's more about how the person treats you. Because a person can be over 6 feet, you know, very attractive, like that mascot for tall, dark, and handsome, and they could be a devil worshiper. They could be, you know, like all these like have no conversation, boring people, you know, stuff like that.
But I figure like with those particular situations, though, I mean, if you know what you're looking for, then, you know, you will not say that you avoid situations. If things happen natural, and say that 5'0" man come up to you, he just win your heart, then it's gonna be what it be, right? If he just win your heart, ultimately it's gonna be what it be. It's gonna be beyond that. But initially, you know, we see people, we look and we see, okay, I see her, I'm like, all right, I see something, I like it, I want it, and that's it. We don't know nothing. We don't know what's inside the box or whatever the case may be. So if you have your preferences, then you will go ahead and move towards those preferences. And when someone approaches you that's not of your preference, I guess that's the part that's different for guys, because, you know, ain't too many people really running up on us like, you know, hey, you know, I think you look handsome, you know, especially not per se the women that we may like, or our preferences or whatever, versus a female. Your preference and any and everything else is coming and approaching you like, hey, what's up, shawty? Hey, they coming and approaching you all. So it's like, as I guess these days, it's kind of weird because people, you know, it's certain people that don't know how to turn down, you know, said, you know, person coming to them, and then some people don't know how to take the rejection too, you know. So it's kind of weird.
Now let me ask you, have you ever had, when a woman approached you and she tried to holler at you and you politely told her no, did she say, "What, you must be gay"? Did you ever have that?
No. I can't think. I don't think I have. I don't know. I mean, you know, through recreational deeds, I lost a lot of memories and stuff. So I don't, if it did, it wasn't nothing that sparked me or made me say something. But then again, it could have, and I probably forgot all about it. But I've had like, I want to say yeah, though. I want to say yeah, like, but not like she harped on it and kept pushing. It was like it was said, and then, but I don't know, small thing to a giant, so I can't really recall. But I know that could possibly be something that happens, you know. Like I've heard of people saying that, and I've heard females do it. I've heard females saying that they have said that to other guys. I mean, you know,
I was once females, and I didn't say that to him, his face, but in my mind I thought that, because I'm like, honey, come on now, you know, like look at me, come on now. I don't look like Rasputia, okay? I'm not looking like Manny Fresh. Come on now, you know you want this. In my mind, I'm like, oh well, you know, but because their phone number will stay in my phone for like 2 business days, and I'll be like, how dare you? You know you want this, right? But then what I realized is a man can find you attractive, but he might just have a preference. And it's like he'll be single, but he might just have a preference. Maybe it's like he likes a different type of woman or whatever else it may be.
Yeah, or whenever you catching them. Like, I mean, you got like, you know, I would say, you know, when I was outside, I was definitely outside. So it's like, if I want it that night, I want it. So it's like, you know, but I was moving in a certain way where it's like, I just always tell people it wasn't a good night if I ain't get shot down like 7 to 8 times. Like I was moving out there like that. You know.
Okay. I was going to ask you. So I'm shooting. how did that actually, like, let me ask you, because there are some men who will holler at every single woman that comes by. Were you that man, or were you like, I mean, being attractive, but would you try to holler at every attractive woman that you came your way, or you still were like, nah, I'm not gonna do that?
No, it would be just like I said, some nights you would just be feeling yourself. So some nights, some nights I'll come out and I'm like, man, I'm coming out here to drink and we're gonna talk shit and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And some nights I might just have moments where it's like I'm gonna shoot a few and then not, and then some nights I might just be feeling it and I might just be like, because it's like the moments and I'm probably just like so much into myself that it's like, all right, hey, what's going on with you? No, I got a boyfriend. Oh, you got a boyfriend? Okay, cool. And I'm like moving like that, you know what I'm saying? Because like I never wanted to be that person to sit there and be like, which I have in certain cases, but try to talk somebody out of, their choice to say no to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got a boyfriend. Oh, well, what's up? We gonna be friends, or this, that, and the third, and push that issue.
Those be the worst. Issues. Like those be the worst.
In my mind, it's like my mind is moving. It's like, and a lot of times, and more times than not, and this is how sometimes things come with, as they say, when you get married and more women are interested in you in those same particular situations, shooting a shot, boom, and she say what she say, I'm, oh, okay, have a nice night, then I move on, and they're still in the same spot. And then they look and they see you moving. So then a friend like, see, look, girl, look, he hollering everything in here. And sometimes that sparks the interest in her, just like wandering around seeing you moving. And, half the time it might just be regular conversation with a female that or it might be me shooting a shot, or it just might just be me just happen to be in the same vicinity as someone. But that sometimes spices up the pot a little bit, it intrigues some people. And then next thing you know, because you pretty much almost going to the same spots or, whatever, even if you go to 10 clubs in your city, you're going to repeat and come back to one eventually again. And that person will be in there again. And then, I'd have seen you like, oh yeah, you was here last time. And now it's a whole nother conversation. So it's more so, I would say for me, it was more so because I'm a personable person. Like I can't, anywhere I'm sitting, I can't sit still. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I'm gonna move around, and not like I'm aggravating, but it's like, I like to have fun. So it's like if anybody's sitting somewhere and everybody dead and they all in their phones, and I'm that type of person, like after a while, like, hold on, man, what y'all doing, man? Put that stuff down. No, hey,
of course. But you know what? Because technology has advanced, people just like, oh yeah, let me just be in my phone all night long. And I'm like, okay, all right, okay. But no, I'm glad that you were never ever, because there are some men, I've had men who, like, you can't even use the line, I'm a lesbian. You can't use that. The only line you can use to really get a man to leave you alone is to tell them that you were born a man. Now, if they say, oh, I was born a man too, you need to run. I think that's the only line. But I've had a couple of guys, because I'll be honest with you, I'll be like, you single? I'm like, yeah, I am. Okay, so what? Put my number in your phone. Why should I put my that kind of like makes me look at you. Look, why should I put my number in your phone? So that means I gotta text you first. I'm doing the work. I might be thinking too deeply into this, but I gotta do, like, let me ask, why do men do that? Why do men tell a woman to say, put my number in your phone? Why do they do that? Why don't they say, let me get your number?
Well, here it is. It's called, I would say, like, it's a phrase, putting the ball in your court. As the world goes, women do more spinning than men. Now, men do spin women, but women do a hell of a lot more spinning. That's just the way the world is. Y'all are up there. I hold my black women up high as whatever, and women in general, but I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. I hold my women up high, right? So y'all do have a pedestal. So then y'all have the range and room and space to do all the spinning in the world. So when he's saying, put the number in your phone, put my number in your phone, and you do it, and then it's like, all right, call me. So now the ball is in your court. A lot of times, sometimes guys will be there and they be like, all right, call me, so I have you locked in my number. And it's like a little pseudo, I guess you call it, reverse psychology type joint, because if you give me your number, I can call it and you take it and you like, okay, now I know which number to block. You know what I'm saying? So, but on the flip side, if he gives you his number and you call it, he's not going to block it, especially if he's really interested in you. And now he has the number to call. So now he's like, no, you know my number because you locked it in. And now you call me, I got your number. So whenever I'm calling, and I know that if you are ignoring me, I know it, versus, you know, when I just give you my number, I don't know, hell, you might have just gave me the wrong number or whatever the case may be, you know. So it's nothing too advanced.
Got
It's nothing too
you.
advanced though. It's
That was
just,
the wrong number. Okay.
yeah, it's nothing too advanced though. It's simple stuff, you know.
I've had
Guys shooting
guys,
their
you
shot.
know, I've had guys who are attractive and they few. It's not always. It's always the ones who look like ogres.
Mm-hmm.
Had a few, you know, guys who were attractive who like, hey, what's your number? And they never called me. And I'm like, oh man, I tried with you, man. I really tried. I really tried. I
That can
had this
happen.
guy, yes. I had this guy, but here's my question though. Why does that happen though? Why is it that they'll ask you and they still don't call you?
Yeah, busy. That's the only answer I can say. And I'll
I
say
need,
busy.
come on, Rob. I need
more.
I need a better answer than
All
that.
right,
I need a
so
better answer than that.
In some cases, I would say like this, you know, all right, say the easy one, dude not single, he got somebody, right? He got somebody. So he ain't figured out the way to make time, and he probably moving around, got a few on the side, or a few potential side pieces, or whatever the case may be. Or in some cases, which I don't advise anybody to do, to cheat just because you're trying to get away from what you got. Get away from what you got first, and then start yourself anew. But sometimes they be doing. So I would say, and I think it goes both ways. Men and women do it. So it's not just men. They would just like, so it's like I know personally, even like, you know, of course these are long time ago, right? I've gotten numbers, and sometimes I've forgotten that I got the number. Okay. I forgot, like, you know, I don't, and then, you know, that's sometimes because you move in a certain way, you know, out here I'm trying to be a player and stuff, or whatever the case may have been at the time. I done got numbers and forgot all about them, and you know.
Okay, but wait. Now let me ask you. These were people you've seen one time, but you haven't seen them since then, right? That was it. Or did you ever see them later on, like
both.
Right within the
both?
But you forgot that you got their number. Man, both. You know what?
But it may not be like
I appreciate your honesty, my guy. I appreciate your honesty.
It happens. Like, I mean, that's just one of those things. It's like, that's why I say it's like, it's a game, you know. It is a game until till you feel that you don't want to play it no more, and you want to, you know, move on to the actual business of the relationship or whatever. It's a game. So anybody that's out there, I don't knock nobody. I know they be like knocking people about how many bodies somebody got and this, that, and third. And I get it. It can be discouraging in certain cases, but it's like, if you out there playing the game.
When should that be canceled? At what age should, this is a serious question. At what age should people stop worrying about body count? Like, when should that not matter anymore?
I don't even know if there's really an age limit to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, I would say it comes from this whole thing of like purity and stuff like that, right? I guess people, you know, the old school things, you know, they put the chastity belt on a female to make sure that she's untouched. Everybody's touched. Like, I laugh when people say stuff about, like, guys would be like, or guys and girls, that's why I fucked your baby mama, or girl, that's why I fucked your baby daddy. And it's like, somebody everywhere is fucking somebody's baby mama, and somebody everywhere is fucking somebody's baby daddy. It's just that's just the world. It's like, so it's like, how is that like a one up? You know, so it's like, going back to the count thing, unless, you know, you got some bestiality or some type of stuff going on, ain't nothing changed. Your stuff gonna work the same way it worked. The only thing that's gonna stop it is, you know, age, and of course Mother Nature, you know, like, say for, you know, God forbid, and I hope, you know, my granddaddy, he was going strong, you know, all the way. So hopefully I stay strong when I get up in them ages.
Let's knock on wood there. Let's right, manifest that. Let's manifest that.
Knocking on the desk right there. But, you know, like, other than that, it's like, so it's like, if for long as you're gonna keep going, if you're part of the game, then it shouldn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you stop playing the game and you get into the business of it, it doesn't matter on that back end, just because, like, we here for each other. You know, like, hey, you done playing around out there? Yeah, I'm done playing around out there. Not to say that it, you know, people are like, oh, you can't erase that off, yo. But what is it doing though? Like, are you saying that you, like, if you're saying that you're not gonna like someone based off the number of people they're gonna be with, then that should be opened up in the beginning of the whole conversation almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, we grown, and of course, like I'm not, if we meet, it's like I'm just about to say, hey, do you do this? Do you do this? Do you do that? Hey, do you spin on the ceiling, like on the first conversation? But if it's something that if you notice you were looking for somebody and you looking for a certain type, gotta be honest. People want to turn people into things or like try to mold people. We are all hard ass rocks when we meet each other. Ain't no molded clay. We can't turn nobody into things or whatever the case may be. So, the body count, that's for those who are, I would say, running from something or searching for something. I don't know. Like it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Like, hell, if you like me, you like me. And I mean, whoever come up and say, oh, I did. I mean, only thing that's gonna change unless it's like a family thing, which we've had that in different moments, but not us knowing it. But if I find out like you was with my brother or you was with my cousin, then it's like, that could be your only body. I'm never gonna deal with your body ever again because there's rules to this, it's family. So,
I think honestly it's one of those things. If somebody said they got 300 bodies in the past and I'm a changed person, okay, that's fine. As long as you are STD free to me, I just need that. That's what really should matter. We can both go to the doctor together, and everything else and stuff like that. And that's how it should be. Stop asking, oh, well, when's the last time you did something? It was this morning. Don't ask questions if you really can't handle it.
Right.
Right before I got here.
Right. Yeah, you got to be ready for it. That's why I say honesty is the best policy. I mean, and it ain't like you got to expose everything in your deepest, darkest secrets. But I mean, the forefront things, we grown, man. We grown. Those things should be easy peasy. I guess that's the phrase,
That's real.
Not about to run from it. But yeah, I had this thought. I was looking at something, right? It just made me think about something when you were saying as far as us like talking, you'd be like, oh, you give a person a number or you communicate, to communicate, you're gonna give a person a number and the person will call or whatever the case may be, right? So a little weak ass segue I'm doing. But as a woman, because I know you get this. I mean, as a man, we won't get this. So one of the big things is the DMs, right? So let me ask you this, Miss Kyndra Crump.
Yes.
Can you can hit you probably can look at your phone, look or whatever the case may be, but off the top of your head, can you give me your top 3 craziest DMs that someone, craziest things that someone trying to get at in your DM?
Besides sending a penis picture unsolicited, we're gonna exclude that.
Yeah, exclude that. That's all. That's ultimately jumping out the tree right there. But go ahead.
As far, what a lot of people, what I do now is if you say something to me crazy, I just I restrict you so you can never talk to me ever again. As far as trying to, I guess, get at me in a way, not even like a sexual way. I've had guys like ask, they'll be like, I'm interested in you. Then they ask me for money. And I said, why do you think? I said, why do you think that that's okay? Like, oh, well, it's just $20. It's not that much. Like, you ain't gonna give it to me. Let's see.
That's weird.
I've had a guy tell me, he sent me his penis and then he said, I want to bust all up in you. Okay. Now you want to have bastards running around. Anyway, sorry.
That's direct.
He literally sent me one of my photos that he liked and was like, yeah, I want to bust all up in that, busted wide open. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the picture looked like deformed. It looked like something was wrong with it. He needed to get it checked out. What's number 3? Number 3, I had one guy. I screenshot this message. Let me find it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna read to you what he said to me. I guess in his way of trying to get at me, which I thought was just crazy because I'm like, you really thought that. But here's the thing though, sometimes when they put these types of things, it actually does work. That's why they do it. Because I'm like, wow, you really thought it was gonna end up working. Like that's why you think there's so many men out there who really will ask women, hey, can you give me a ride? They don't even know. And you know what, that same guy who said I want to bust it all the way open and everything else like that, he had asked me, could I give him a ride from work And this was in the, like 5 or 6 messages of having a conversation with him. That's why I was thrown off, because I'm like, brother, you don't even know what, like, how you know I'm not gonna kidnap you and like mutilate you or something. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. People get they I'm telling you all these people who want to be like, oh, who's up? You gonna up your way into some bed bugs, an ugly baby, and probably some fleas or whatever else it may be. All right, this is what the guy said. He said, I need your opinion if it's okay. I just got hit up by a porn company to do an amateur tape, LMAO, shrug emoji, but I got to send 4 penis pics to 30 different women and get a review. I got 29. I just need one more. Can you help a real nigga out?
That's that right there. That's a man. I like that one. That one right there. That's thinking outside the box, I guess. I don't know. That's funny as hell to me. I'm sorry. I don't know. How does that make you feel? Because I'm sorry if I'm laughing at something that might have made you feel.
I want everybody to laugh at that mess. It just was like, all it was like, really, nigga? That's really what I just was. And then I could say he's restricted. I'm never, I don't have nothing to say. People like that, man. Like, and again, this is what caught me off guard, though. I thought he was cool. But he turned out to be one of them. So he's not. He's just,
hey. So now you done made it to where it's now he's still trying to get his career started. You might have been that. You was number 30, right? That's what he said. You got 29 so far.
Porn company hitting you up.
Oh man, that's crazy. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Well, Miss Kyndra,
I enjoyed my time on here.
I definitely did. I like I said, I'm glad that you know what I'm saying, that you reached out or whatnot, hit me up, and I would say, like, you invited me to do this. That's how I look at it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and you are more than welcome to come on my podcast.
Oh,
everybody,
sure.
My podcast is called The Kyndra Crump Show, comes out 9:00 Eastern Standard Times on Friday nights. Typically that's when I record, but it probably shows up the next day. So check it out Saturday mornings. Any Friday that you want to come on, Rob, you're welcome. It's like 5 other people, sometimes 6, but everybody be dropping like flies. It could be 3. So you are welcome. And I hook y'all up with other podcasters. So I try to network with everybody. That's
what's up. Like I said, I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it a whole bunch. So folks, once again, Humble City Real with Miss Kyndra Crump. Thank you all for watching this. Hope you all enjoyed. Let us know in the comments. Definitely hit up Miss Kyndra Crump, the Kyndra Crump Show. What's your IG? Your IG the same too, right?
The Kyndra Crump Show. Make sure you put it with a Y. My government name is actually with an E, and that's why I put, like, when I'm professionally sending messages to people. But I had to change it to a Y because it's easier to find me. It's like watching your favorite porn. You have to have a specific name to get it, or else you'll be on page 10 or whatever website you like. Back to the story. Hey, wait! Shout out! I want to give a shout out. Shout out to all the guys out there. Be like, hey, bro, hey, Rob, hey, man, I done hit this hole last night. Hey, man, okay, cool. I got a video, and it's like 10, 15 minutes of just him. So he try to show you like him, and like you don't even see the girl. Shout out to all the dudes out there who try and do that. Like, come on now.
I'm not sure what part of you are auditioning for on the porn side of that. Like, just look at how I move, though. You ain't got to see her. Just look how I move.
Oh God,
that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man, thanks, Kyndra. I appreciate it. Hey, and I'll be hitting you up so we can go ahead and get on your show and keep this energy going. All right.
I say any Friday, whenever you want to bring your old lady on, bring her on. That's 2 for 1 special combo. How about that?
There it is. We can work it out just like that, man. I appreciate it. And definitely will be hitting you up.
Thank you.
All right, you too. All right now.